do another reading vlog today. So on Twitter I kind of mentioned that I was going to be reading A Court of Thorns and Roses for the first time, which is like my first Sarah J Maas book, and everyone was like, can you please vlog this? So we're going to vlog it. So let me just talk to you about my journey so far. So I'm listening to it on audiobook because big books scare me and whatever, so I'm audiobooking it. I'm about 28, I lied on Twitter, I'm only like 28, around 30% in. So here are my thoughts so far. So, first thought, Feyre is like a badass. She is, like, okay, she is a badass, and I love how strong she is and how willing she is to be practical and kind of like not fall into the, like, not be seduced by all the riches she finds herself in. I think that's really good. But also, at some point, I'm like, let it go. Let it go a little. Like, just a little bit. I don't know, though. I mean, it's hard. I like her so far. We'll see how it goes. Like, she's not my favourite female protagonist I've ever read. But that might change, who knows. She's a good protagonist though, and I'm enjoying her so far. The fairy world. So it's really interesting to me. So I'm kind of interested in these books because when I saw a picture of the map, it looks like the UK, and it says it's called Prythian, which looks like Prydain, which sounds like Prydain, which is the Welsh word for Britain. So if you don't know, I'm Welsh and I'm a fluent Welsh speaker. It's my native language. So I was like, this sounds like Prydain. Is this meant to be Welsh? I don't know. Lots of fantastical words have a history of coming from Welsh, so I wouldn't be surprised. But anyway, I digress. I'm really interested in like the world and how the more north you get, like things change. So we are in the Spring Court, I think, and yeah, it sounds really pretty. And on the map, it kind of looks like where South Wales would be, which is where I live. So I was like, cool. Prefer autumn, but cool. Autumn sounds like the Autumn Court sounds like a bit of a shitty place. So anyway. But, okay, so I love Beauty and the Beast retellings, and that's why I chose this one over the other series she has. And I read that this was a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And okay, I love brooding, animalistic, like, men in books. So I expected to really like Tamlin, but there's something about him that I don't like. And I don't know what it is, because like on paper he's like a character that is like a sure win for me. Like, I normally like his kind of character, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because he seems a bit inconsistent. And I don't know if that inconsistency is deliberate. It doesn't feel overly deliberate. So I don't know. I actually prefer the other dude. I can't think of his name. Lucian? That guy that's from the Autumn Court. I actually prefer him. He's really interesting. And I like that he's like honest, and like his banter with Feyre is like top notch. They're both like, ha ha ha, lol jokes, but I will kill you if I have to. But seriously, joking, not joking. So I kind of like that, it's quite funny. Yeah, so far it's good. I mean, it's not the Cruel Prince, you know. I love the Cruel Prince. It's not the Cruel Prince, but it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable as a read. I know for a fact if I'd read this at like 17, I'd have been like screaming and all over it. I am enjoying it. I'm really excited to see what happens next. I've heard the second book is amazing, so I'm definitely gonna read the second book regardless of what I think at the end of the first book. And yeah, I'm actually quite excited to get the second book, because I think that's where stuff starts to happen. And I've been told that by a few people, including Simone, that we can't be friends anymore if I don't like the second book. So there's a lot of pressure on me to, you know, really enjoy the second book. So I think my evening is going to be sorting out some more wedding stuff and listening to more of the book. And I will catch up with you probably tomorrow, because I think I'm just going to chill tonight. Okay guys, I will see you tomorrow. Bye! Guys, good morning. So I didn't listen to any more of A Court of Thorns and Roses last night. I'm sorry. I kind of like just got distracted, and I just was like having a good time chatting to friends and doing some writing and doodling and just kind of chilling for the night.
But today I'm gonna listen to some more, and I'm also getting my eyebrows and eyelashes dyed. And I want to show you the before and after. So my eyebrows are usually much lighter than this, and my eyelashes. So they're normally like this color, like white, you can't see them. And I get them dyed every month or so because I get really shy about having white eyebrows and white eyelashes. And I had mine done like a little while ago now, so you can kind of still see the color. But I know if I wait like another 2 weeks, they're gonna be like invisible, and I get really self-conscious. So I'm gonna go and get that done today. Read. So yes, my plan today is get my eyebrows done, babysit my cousin who is downstairs, and read and write. That's my goal for today. And also do wedding stuff. So I've found a pair of wedding shoes that I really love, and I'm really excited to order them. So yeah, that's my day today. I don't want to lead the most exciting life, but I'm trying to make it interesting for you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing some stuff, and I'm gonna take you along with me. Okay, let's go. I have eyebrows and eyelashes, and I no longer have a unibrow, so top notch. Okay, let's go home. Hey guys, so I just wanted to kind of chat with you real time. It's 2 o'clock, and as you can see, I'm still in bed. Like, I don't know if it's because of my depression or other issues, but I have serious issues with sleep and fatigue, and it sucks. I also had 2 glasses of wine, which never helps, but I dream as well, like quite vividly, and I tend to have like 3 or 4 dreams a night, and like I just don't sleep. So I feel really shitty right now because I really enjoy getting up early, and I try when I can to get up really early. Obviously today it's not one of those days. Having depression and other stuff, because I don't know, getting out of bed makes me feel really anxious sometimes. Just like the thought of it is quite difficult, and I also have OCD and other issues, so you know, I know that when I get out of bed I have all these routines to do, and sometimes I'm like, I could just lie here and I won't have to deal with any of that. So I'm a bit annoyed at myself, but I'm gonna try not to like beat myself up about it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell myself that it's undoable, but I'm just going to make the most of the day now. I think today, so ever since my friend, I'm going to call him my friend because that's what dreams. My friend Jess from Jess Reads on YouTube posted an amazing video about self-care and reading and all those things, and I've been thinking about it a lot since I saw the video. And yeah, I think today is going to be the day that I work on a lot of stuff about myself. So I'm going to I'm going to listen to Acotar, Thorns and Roses in the background. I listened to some last night. I think I met Ryland, I don't know his name, but I think it's him. But I don't hate Tamlin as much as I did. As in, his character is developing now. Like, I feel like it's taken a long time, but I can kind of see his like character take a shape. But I think, what's his, oh god, I keep forgetting his name, Lucian. He's still, I think, one of my favourite characters. He's very interesting and complex. But anyway, I digress. I go back to my point. Today I'm going to sort out my life a little bit. So kind of like, I'm going to write up a schedule of what I want my days to look like. And I think I have like too many hobbies. Like my brain, like I find it quite difficult to focus, and my brain is kind of like all over the place because I have like 6 million projects I enjoy doing. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and cut them down to like a manageable amount of you know, projects I like, and then maybe like give them times and days so everything gets done and it has its own little time. So yeah, I'm gonna get up now. I'm gonna get myself up. I'm gonna have something healthy to eat. I'm gonna drink a glass of water that I put next to my bed because I'm trying to drink water too, as Jess suggested. I'm gonna make my bed, get dressed, wash. I'm going to have something healthy to eat. I'm gonna have a lovely cup of tea after my water. I'm gonna put on some YouTube videos that really like inspire me. There are like a few YouTubers who, when I watch their stuff, like really like inspires me and makes me feel motivated. So I'm gonna watch those, message some friends, write out a to-do list, sort out my schedule, and of course listen to Acotar, 𝙼𝚄𝚂𝙸𝙲. But yeah, gonna get up. My hair is like, oh my god, wow, this is a look. And yeah, also my like crooked prince, what am I talking about? My Cruel Prince and like Wicked King like dedication wall with like a tea bag stuck there 'cause it's cute. Yeah. Anyway. I'm so awkward. I'm gonna go now. Okay guys, thanks for listening so far, and I'll catch up with you later. Okay, bye. I brushed my hair and this happened.
I caved. And I have no regrets. Hi guys, so I've done it. I finally finished Acotar, 𝙼𝚄𝚂𝙸𝙲. So yeah, I honestly enjoyed it more than I thought I would. It was a fun, light-hearted fantasy. It's a very easy world to get lost in because it's just so visually decadent, I think, especially with the spring court with all its, you know, flowers and forests and pools and whatnot. So for that reason, that was very beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful words. She's very good at describing things in a very, how can I say this, in a very lucrative way. Like it's like poetry in a way. However, I think I've mentioned this before, but for me there was too much of it. I think if she cut down her beautiful descriptions and used them only for really important moments, and I think then they would be much more impactful, because if she used it sparingly, then we just get that slam in the face of beautiful description. And I think that would have maybe, yeah, I think I probably would have liked that more. I mean, some people might enjoy having everything beautifully described, but I just felt it probably would have worked better if she'd pared it back. Feyre's a good character. She's definitely a strong character. I'm trying to see what else I think about her, because yeah, I didn't hate Feyre. I love her name. I listened to the audiobook, so I know everyone's names. Feyre is such a beautiful name. It's so pretty. Yeah. So the book definitely got a lot more interesting, I think, towards the latter half of it. Well, I know there was a lot of setting up to do, and there was some scenes I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the scene with the fairy boy when he's injured. I thought I think sorry. I think scenes like that are really good ways to see how characters are as people.
because we see how they react in like a very specific situation. So I really enjoyed that scene for that. I still prefer Lucian to Tamlin, although he is quite sexy. Like, I dig the animalistic vibe he gives off. But yeah, I know that who she ends up with because everyone knows, and I can definitely see it, not so much a little bit in their chemistry, but more in the way that the characters are written. So Rhysand came in about like I think halfway through like the last quarter, and he is an amazingly interesting character, and I really enjoyed him. And even though he's like a massive dick, and he is, I still really enjoyed his character. He's very dynamic and he's unpredictable, which I think it's fun in a character. And you know, a fantasy book itself is always unpredictable because it doesn't go with the rules that we know of our world. So when you add an unpredictable fantasy character into a unpredictable fantasy world, I think it's like just double. I really enjoy that. And I think had he not been in the book, I definitely would have enjoyed it as much. I think he definitely made the book, the second half. I really enjoyed the sisterly relationship between Nesta and Feyre towards the end. I thought that was a very interesting twist, and I really like how Mass talks about, you know, through the sisters, she talks about how different people cope with difficult life situations. There are some people who kind of like fight to keep going. There are some people who choose to only see the good in things, and there are others who just choose to close themselves off and not deal with it. And I think all three of the sisters kind of represent one of those each, and I really like that. I know they come up in a second book, which I have ordered because yeah, I did enjoy the first one, and I've heard the second one is really, really good. So I'm very keen to read that. And I know the sisters do appear, so I'm very happy with that because I actually really like their sisterly dynamic, and I really want to see more of that. So yeah, it was really interesting. There was actually quite a bit of Welsh representation. So I mentioned before about Prythian, sounds like Prydain, which is the Welsh word for Britain, but also Calan Mai, so it's the fire festival, right? Well, it's also like a Celtic Welsh festival. Yeah, which is I think in like May, which is like a spring festival. So I think it's like I might be wrong, but I believe it might be like just something to do with the equinox. But yeah, I was like listening to it and I was like, Calan Mai, like that sounds like Welsh, and it is. So I was like, yes. So, and it actually makes a lot of sense because in the map, so the Spring Court is half of South Wales. The more western part of the Spring Court is like, you know, the bit that sticks out, basically I think that's meant to represent Wales, and the bottom half is where I'm from, and that represents the Spring Court, which makes sense. So it would make sense that there's actually like a bit of Welsh influence in there. So I like that. I was like, oh. As a country that's like never represented, even though we have like one of the oldest languages in Europe, I think, if not the oldest, and like a shit ton of like mythology that no one knows about, I get really happy when it's represented. Tamlin for me feels like, I'm going back to Tamlin because there's something about him that bothers me, and it'll probably be revealed in the second book, but there's definitely, like, I see this in some books, and you can definitely tell when a character isn't intended to be the main character, even though they're kind of acting as one. Because even though Tamlin is kind of like the main character for the first book, I don't think he's the main character, like one of the main characters for the rest of the series. Like, you can definitely tell. Like, I can definitely tell with that, because that's exactly how I feel. Because Rhysand comes in, and he is this explosion of character. He is a little bit sadistic, sarcastic, cruel, brash, but he's also thoughtful, and there's a loyalty to him that is, you can tell, is quite deep-seated. It, like, you can see through his actions, and he just feels so much more real than Tamlin, and similar to Lucian. But maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just not connecting to Tamlin in a way that I thought I would. And yeah, although that's saying that, I don't dislike his character. I think it's mainly though because, like, I think if you took that beast element away from him, like if he wasn't the beast, I don't think he'd be interesting. Like, whereas Rhysand is interesting regardless of his powers, and the powers just kind of like add that extra dimension. Whereas with Tamlin, the only interesting part of him is the beast part, and that's just how I feel about it. I mean, so I don't dislike him, but he's a character with so much potential that I don't think has like come to fruition, if that makes sense. But yeah, all in all, it wasn't as bad as I thought, I gotta be honest. I'm really enjoying the Persephone and Hades vibes with 𝙼𝚄𝚂𝙸 and Feyre. All in all, it was a good book. I think I gave it a 3 stars. It could have got a 4. It could have got a 4, but again, I think there was the language. I think if it was a little bit more sparingly, would have been lovely. I think most of the book was a lot of describing about the world, which unfortunately I think sometimes you have to have that in a big series because otherwise it would just get confusing. But you know, didn't hate the book. I really enjoyed most of the characters. They were good characters, and I want to read the next one. And I think that's, yeah, that's, should be 4 star? No, it's going to be 3 star. I'm going to keep it a 3 star because I think the next one is going to be even better. And I think once I read the next one, which is I think A Court of Mist and Fury, maybe I will then re-rank the first one and maybe change my star rating depending on like when you compare it to the other one. I'm going to leave it here because I'm rambling, which I do when I'm sleepy. So I will see you guys soon, and yeah, I hope this was an interesting vlog. So this is my first time reading anything by 𝙼𝚄𝚂𝙸𝙲. So if you want me to try out one of your favourite books, please do leave a comment in the comment section below, because I would love to do this again and I would love to get to know you guys through your favourite books. So if you all comment a book that you would like me to read that I have not read before, I would love to try this again because yeah, it was fun. So let me know in the comment section below what book I should read for you guys. Okay, that's it for today.